I was 24 when I read that, and it's to my mind, it's burned, it's just, if you, to yourself, alternative vision of existence. Here's a guy who's saying, there's another way to live. There's another perspective that's not being told. And my job is to provide you with an alternative vision of existence. And it blew my mind. So I was like, all right. I started looking elsewhere. I looked for the alternative vision. I forgot Peter Brook, and I looked for Wole Soyinka, Ratantium, Ngugi wa Thiong'o, Augusto Boal. I looked around the world in other places than England for other kinds of stories that affected different people. And I'm at this school called the Lecoq School. Ha ha ha. And it was amazing. It was another kind of language. It was a place where you're in France. I'm outside of my own language. I'm in French. And I'm with a class of people, a student body, that's comprised of people from 85 different countries, in which everyone is working in their second language of French. Not everyone, a couple of French people were there. And we're all working, and we have to find another way to communicate. We have to find another way to work. And we all are speaking from our cultural perspectives and how we view the world. And the Israeli people and their experience, they brought a certain kind. The people from South Africa brought a different vocabulary. The people from France and England and Australia, they brought different perspectives. Colombia, sorry, brought different perspectives of the world. And those collided, and we had to make art. We had to make stories that made people laugh or made people cry or make people think about the world. So in that journey, I just wanted to highlight that I used to listen to those stories that I was told. You know, after school, you should go and do this. This is the path to be a good artist. This is the path to Broadway. This is the path to LA and to be a star. You get your headshots and you get an agent, and this is what you do. And I didn't buy it. I never bought it. And for some reason, at that time, I had a gut that told me, well, why? And then it was articulated that I was looking for an alternative vision of existence. So Lecoq really kind of solidified for me the why of what I was doing. So being in Toronto now, like theater and the arts, because of that, has put me into various different circles, in many different circles. I'm part of a lot of meetings where I'm with the chief of police, for example, or people like John Tory, and I'm really engaged in civic action. And theater, the role of arts and culture, it's interconnected. It's connected to public health and transport. It's connected to the politics and the decisions that are made in City Hall. It's all connected to the politics of who's in this city and whose stories are being told and who gets to access these buildings. All of these issues affect you. That's how theater is bigger than just shows. So it's all interconnected. I'm just kind of speeding up. So what are the stories that you're told and the myths that guide you? The stories that you hear about the starving artist, the stories you hear about the successful businessman and what careers to pick and what lives that you should lead. Am I going to tell you to choose a career in the arts? No, because it's something you have to discover for yourself. It's a path which you need to choose because you want to be engaged, as I said, in shaping the view of the world and shaping the view of this city in the same way that an engineer does, a philosopher does, a politician does, a banker or a lawyer. They actually shape this city. The problem with my career is that fame blurs people's visions, and I'm in the spotlight now. So it blurs what you're actually doing. I'm wrapping up here. So much of your lives is given to you. And that's okay, because that's where you are in life. When you're 16, 17, that's how life works. You're told where to go, you're told where to eat, you're told what to read, you're told what to wear to a certain degree. Our iPads, our iPhones, our TV, our internet, it's shaping how we exist in this world. The culture is creating us. And whether you're an artist or not, at some point you're going to wake up to this reality and realize that we have to get back to creating culture. Culture is something that for ages we used to do. We used to make pots. You know when you go to a museum, we made pots We told stories. We painted paintings on the walls of caves. We sang songs and danced together. And those told stories about, those shaped our worldview. Those shaped how we lived. And now, if you don't engage, you are being shaped. So if you think it's about theater, you've missed the point, because there's a larger story that's being told. And whether you're an artist, or whether you're a banker or a lawyer, you have to realize you can shape that story. That is something I throw the responsibility on you for. Go look for other stories. Go look for other stories. Go look for other people. And think about that idea that you can shape culture, you can shape our society. And the role of the artist is as valuable as the politician, the engineer, the banker, the doctor. They're hugely important. So that's a long story. And I bring you back to this scenario where you're speaking to your younger self. You're there in the room with your 9-year-old self. And the challenge is that you're actually going to be speaking, as I am now, in a language of experience that you don't understand. This person cannot understand it. And I might as well be speaking gibberish. But I don't want to discourage you. I want you to go back and tell that story, because that story is valuable. And maybe when you talk to your 9-year-old self, or your 16-year-old self when you're 26, maybe some of those words will stick, and maybe you will create change. And at the end of the day, as young people, that's what you should want to do. Change, change, change for the better. Thank you.